What a blessed life I live. A strong kingdom, healthy sons and daughters, grandchildren. What more could a man ask for? The people too love me, as they should, and our dynasty is respected among the greatest royal families of Europe. I am happy. It is a good life. Hello Wanderers, welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 roleplay series following House Drengot. And where we last left off in the previous episode, the crusade for the Holy Land had been successful. Now in Jerusalem, King Uhtred, Skuli, son of House Godwin, rules, as does our daughter-in-law, Duchess Constance, in the lands of Outre-Jourdain alongside her husband, Prince Gilbert. Now, as some of you have pointed out, it may have actually been seen as something of an insult, something of a slight, that the Pope did not grant our dynasty the Kingdom of Jerusalem. We were, in no doubt, the most important dynasty fighting there. Both of our sons in those battles, leading the Sardinian troops to victory, and without them, this war would not have been a success. And yet, it seems as though the Godwins of England managed to convince the Pope, sway him over to their side, and that would definitely be seen as something of a slight to the arrogant King Tancred. And even though he is content, he does have a lot of pride. So that would be seen as definitely something very insulting to him. So we'll have to think about how that's going to work. And I don't know if Tancred would be quick to move against the Pope himself, but I think under pressure of his sons, who were the ones who fought so hard in there, perhaps we can find some way of enacting a little bit of revenge upon the Pope. We shall see. It doesn't seem like we have a lot of options just yet. I mean, we can't outright attack the Pope, but, well, we could ask him for some money. So, at least we'll get our money's worth out of the guy. But yeah, I mean, maybe this little piece of land here, Benevento, something we could consider kind of taking at some point, but we'll see. The Pope himself, I mean, he just won a crusade. He's got a lot of backing among the various kings of Christendom. So it'll be tough to act against him, but we definitely are not pleased with the way things turned out. And if we could, we may hope to act against King Uhtred and try to get perhaps our son on the throne. There's not a lot of ways mechanically within the game we can do that. We can't even interact with him. So we'll have to consider our different options here. There are a few. Now, one thing that is different from before the last episode is that we now have a new Lord Mayor in Genoa, thanks to the folks in the Discord for helping me figure out how to get all this set up. We are going to be hopefully giving him a duchy title as well. But yes, we did give the county of Genoa to one of our mayors, so he is now the Lord Mayor of Genoa, which I think is pretty fitting. I mean, Genoa, quite a mercantile place throughout history, as a rival to Venice in a lot of ways. And so I think it's pretty fitting that we have a Republican vassal there. The Lord Mayor was previously the holder of the city of Samasi, which we have done a little secret nepotism, and we have actually given that title to Mayor Tariq. Now, he's just a 12-year-old boy. Why would we give him a mayorship? Well, that's because he is actually our son. Yes, our illegitimate son, and nobody knows except for us and his mother. But we wanted to, give him something to. He is our son. He may not be a prince, but he is our blood. So he is now the mayor of Samasi. He is just a kid. He'll learn, but hopefully he will grow up to be a good mayor. We could change his education focus. Oh no, I guess we can't. He will become some sort of warrior, and no doubt fight in our battles or in our heirs' battles. Speaking of which, our son Tancred is involved in a battle himself. Yes, we did leave right on a bit of a cliffhanger as Prince Tancred goes into battle against King Guilhelm of Aquitaine in part of the war here, the rebellion against the King of Castile by the Navarrese to take back their kingdom. So why don't we start time and just see how this battle plays out. Well, we'll take a little bit of a pause to mint some new coins. It is my right and responsibility to determine what coinage is to be used throughout all of Sardinia. The choices I will make will determine how the coinage, and by extension my realm, is seen throughout the world. Let us mint the coins. Let us mint silver coins to facilitate trade. It'll give us a little bit of a development bonus. And King Tancred, like we said, if there's one thing he's good at, it is trade. So it looks like our son is easily defeating the King of Aquitaine in battle. I think we've all come around to the Prince Tancred team. I know we knocked him earlier for getting that craven trait, but let's face it, the guy has really turned it around. This legendary Blade Master, winner of several battles, including some significant ones in the Crusade. He's kind of a badass, let us put it that way. So we can head over into Navarra to assist our allies, because we are good allies and friends of the King of Castile, who we met on our recent pilgrimage. Peace of God. There are those who say that according to our divine scriptures, God wants all peoples to be at peace with one another. But is that just mere idealism? Can true peace under the wisdom and benevolence of God ever be accomplished? I think God wants us to smite infidels. Love and peace. We are all indeed brothers and sisters. It's a nice idea, but idealism can only do so much. I think Tancred does kind of believe in love and peace in some sense. That's his content nature speaking through. He would like nothing more than for the realm to be at peace. But he does have a council full of people who are a little bit more, shall we say, ambitious than he is, particularly Duchess Rosalind, Duke Marco. Those two have a lot of ambitions. So here we go. Looks like the Castilian army was defeated. Well, Castile, I guess we'll have to come in and save your hides here. And perhaps you will thank us when we're done, but for some reason I suspect that will not be the case. But either way, we shall be taking it to the Navarrese rebels here. To the charming Tancred, I have prowled through documents both ancient and of less certain provenance. I have enough material to make the case that you are the rightful lord of the grand city of Luni. All that is missing is one little bribe. Well, bribes are easy come, easy go with Tancred, right? He's got a lot of money, and he likes to spend it. And thus he shall. No doubt the faction for conquering northern Italy will be more than pleased with this development. That faction is being led by Duke Marco currently. Here we go. Looks like we may be able to take their army here. And, okay, who is this? Prince Tancred showing off a promising new recruit. He's a ugly looking fellow, but brave, humble, chaste. I mean, he's good. He is pretty good, very well. Let's bring him in. And look, he's got a helmet on, so you can't even see. All right, let's see how this battle goes. Oh yeah, I guess you guys probably want to see the details of the battle at Garras. And damn, Tancred doing it again. Look at that. This guy here, slayed by Geoffrey de Tarragona. Many injuries. This guy looks like he lost an eye. This guy here, oh, and slain by Prince Tancred. Sorry, Count Borel. But that was an unfortunate outcome. And overall, pretty good success. Looks like we were the great victors there. And no doubt this battle will go much the same. And the Castilians have joined us. We will attack from two sides, crushing them here in these mountains, leaving them nowhere to escape. And then let us head in over... You know what, we're just going to attach to the Castilian army. They can lead us around, because I don't really... Oh, well, there we go. White peace, white peace. Oh, Castile. Why? We were on the advantage. Well, so be it. That's your war. That's your lands to manage. As you can see here, Iberia, it's a bit of a mess. The Reconquista not doing so well. Coimbra was taken back by the Muslim rulers here. And yeah, the three kingdoms of the Iberian Christian lords are pretty fractured and not that strong. Things could probably turn around against them pretty quickly. Let's double check the stats on that battle, shall we? Mayor Fernando, slain by Prince Tancred. How many people have you killed, Tancred? Holy moly. Look at this list. Mayor Fernando, Count Borel, Mound the Philosopher, Yaha Razanid, Herlev, executed, not sure for what, and Count Louis of Perigord. He's racking up quite the list there. Let's put it that way. Anyways, our armies return home, and now we can take the grand city of Luni as well. Now, Tancred may be tired of the constant war himself. He's old, he's tired, he just wants to drink. I mean, why wouldn't he, right? But he's not really... He leaves everything up to his council. He doesn't even show up to the council meetings. The realm is being ruled by this kind of collection here. Duchess Rosalind, Mayor Luigi, Duke Marco, and Prince Tancred. And the four of them are essentially dictating how things go in the realm. So it's up to them what we do, really. Tancred just wants to drink from his extremely expensive and fancy goblet that he got. A healthy rivalry between meddlesome fighters is to be expected, but the growing discord between Cosimiu and Cidre is souring the mood at court. Cosimiu is widely regarded to be more skilled, but Cidre is clearly taking issue with that assertion. In the middle of an audience, the latter bursts into my throne room and, clutching his sword hilt, cries, "Cosimiu, only one of us can claim to be the king's most skilled knight. Meet me outside and I will settle this question." Cosimiu replies frankly, "I would cut you to pieces where you stand if it were not for the presence of my lord, you frank knave. Apologize and I may spare your life." I better act quickly if this escalation is to be halted. We shall attempt to convince them that they are on the same side. The enemies are outside the realm, not within. Well, will they listen? That is difficult to say. But in any case, what does our council want? Well, our council wants us to consolidate this northern piece of Italy before the Italians can, so we shall be doing that right away. It looked like it would be a tedious evening once the feast entertainment was over, but Eugenia saved the day by suggesting a reading from the Summa Theologica. Oh, I love that one. The Summa Theologica, no doubt a book about theology or some such thing. Anyways, let's take Looney for ourselves. For the realm, I mean, of course. You guys know what I meant there. Let's just raise our troops here in Genoa. Raise all here. We can sponsor an inspired person, weave inspiration. Yep, barely even gonna look at this. And let us see what this is all about. Thank you for putting your trust in me, my lord. Eustasia smiles and continues. Your confidence is not misplaced, for I have spent years practicing my techniques and woven some truly wonderful rugs and drapes. For you, though, I think a tapestry would be best, a well-woven one that can really command the attention of a room, and something that should be said about the owner. The only question is, what should the tapestry show? I think we will want it to show the history of the Kingdom of Sardinia, as that is the history of our dynasty after all. Alright, here our army is forming up, and even with their mercenaries, this shan't be much of a fight. Tancred, this one's all you. Let's see how this goes. Schemer discovered. Pandulf, the son of King Garcia of Navarre, is plotting to kill my knight Kenlachen? Man, everybody wants to kill Kenlachen. Why? Because he made a rival. What a blathering fiend. I'm not sure if we're talking about Kenlachen or the guy trying to kill him. Well, here we go. Tancred doing what Tancred does and absolutely crushing the enemy forces here. Are they, what's going on over in Italy here? Rebellion? Yeah, Liberty War. Well, all we have to do is siege down this county and then Looney shall be ours. So we will breach the walls and send our troops in or force them into surrender. And then, well, what do we have here? Wherever I go, my courtier Eugenia is sure to follow. That look in her eyes, the words on her lips. I know exactly what she is after. Well, Eugenia, we should keep you close. After all, you may have pertinent information for us. I'm never as comfortable as I am when I am in your company. I will never tire of your confident smile, Eugenia counters with a blush, nor your embrace. The mumbling adorations we share soon turns incomprehensible, but what they are replaced by speaks an even clearer language. That was a tongue twister. Well, good to know that King Tancred the Eloquent is still a capable man, even in his advanced years. And we have the Marble Scepter of Jaira. What is this? Oh wow, looks like the line of Bartholomew has finally ended. Well, they were an offshoot and terrible branch of the family, to be sure. Died in captivity. Man, what was going on with this side of the family? Drank himself to death. Siblings died. Oh, you guys remember all the way back when this kid Saverio Drengot died in the tragic carp accident? That was probably what set Bartholomew off in the first place and caused that whole brotherly rivalry situation all those generations ago. Yeah, that family was cursed, that's for sure. Anyways, let's get this siege done and pop back in a moment. Oh, and it looks like the forces of Looney were just about to reach us, but the city falls to our hands, and before the battle can be engaged, we shall take this county for ourselves. There we go. And I'm just going to test some things. I want to make sure this works. First, we're going to create the Duchy of Genoa. There we go. So I'm going to just make sure all of this works the way I intended to, as we want to give Lord Mayor for rent the Duchy of Genoa, and possibly the county of Looney here as well. So I'm just going to save it, make sure everything works properly, and then we'll pop back in just a moment. All right, so as you can see, we do now have Grand Mayor Ferrant of Genoa. He controls the city of Looney and the city of Genoa. So it looks like it actually all worked out properly, and yeah, hopefully this will stay as it is. It's pretty cool to have ourselves a powerful Republican vassal like this. I think it makes sense for Tancred to facilitate that kind of thing. So yeah, we will enjoy having a cool Republican vassal here up in Genoa. I think it's only fitting. So there we go. That worked out exactly the way we had hoped for. Inspiration, highest quality. My lord, look at that thread. I have never seen such fine quality before. My beneficiary, Eustasia, breaks away from our market procession to accost the merchant selling the coveted item, ecstatic over her find. With this, my project could reach new heights. I could create something truly marvelous. Please, my king, bestow this gift upon me. Well, sure, but perhaps we can get it at a better price? No. You know what, Tancred understands trade, but he's not actually that good. This is the second time we've failed one of these checks. He's not actually that good at the haggling parts. He just kind of has an idea of what, the whole thing is all about. We can imprison our wife. What for? She schemed against us? Bah, whatever. I'm pretty sure this was the whole thing about her trying to kill Ken Locken, but... Whoa, what just happened here? My granddaughter Lucrezia and my grandson Fabrizio were captured in a siege. Okay, hold on. What is going on here? Neighboring ruler won war. King Geoffrey has won against Duchess Berengula of Provence. Okay, that doesn't seem to have anything to do with that. What happened here in Outre-Jourdain? Who are they losing a war to? Oh, they're losing a war to a simple county rebellion? Oh no. A Liberty War. Ugh. They've imprisoned our grandchildren. This is terrible. We're gonna have to do something about this. Alright, let's just keep down the architect tree. What we're gonna do... Oh, we can't even give her money. They're too far away. That's a little silly, but, well, game mechanics be game mechanics. They got enough money. They should be able to ransom her back. Damn. Yeah, things in Jerusalem not going as well as we might have hoped. That is really unfortunate. Well, that is what it is. Another inspired person? Sure. You want to forge something wondrous? Forge us something wondrous. How about some regalia? That seems good. My opulent court is resented and celebrated the world over. All they wish they could match for our glory and splendor, and with that comes the admirers. Today, Geoffrey is ushered in and introduced as representing a small Seculo-Norman mercenary band from Asili in Arborea. Oh, my peerless king, my friends and I hear of the wondrous tapestry being made for you, and wish to donate to your weaver. I would deeply honor us, your majesty. We have saved for months. Well, it is... Yeah, we are deeply honored. Yeah, things have settled down, nice and quiet. We're making buckets of ducats, that's for sure. While traveling across the plains of the county of Galura, I find a makeshift looking stall by the side of the track. As I stop to take a look, a peasant by the name of Osmond jumps into action, trying to convince me to buy one of the small cross carvings he has on sale. I make them by hand, my lord. Each one takes me hours of work. We shall buy one. Let us buy it and hang it in our court. Duke Marco and Prince Tancred are among the most powerful vassals in my realm. I never know how to keep them happy so they don't go around stirring up trouble. Perhaps flattery is the way to go. Anyone would be pleased to have something made in their name, wouldn't they? And I have just the right thing in the making. I should let my knight Albrecht know that I am dedicating his masterpiece to my trustworthy vassals and advisors. Then again, it is my artifact, so maybe I should just dedicate it to the glorious King Tancred. That seems like the best idea. Anyways, what I was saying is the Byzantines are trying to recreate the Roman Empire here. King Robert of Sicily seems to have gotten himself into a little bit of trouble, and I wouldn't mind trying to help him out of this pickle. Honestly, I'd rather have a Norman ruler here than the Byzantines. The Byzantines are powerful. They were breaking apart earlier in the game, but this Basileus Sebastianos, he is pretty strong. There are a few things that I enjoy more than Serlo's company. He encouraged me to throw plates and scream into pillows, and after the emotional storm died down, I actually did feel better. After this short break, I feel more at ease than I had in a long time. I'm lucky to have a friend like Serlo. Damn, thanks Serlo. Killing off all that stress. Let's equip this thingy here. My weaver Eustasia updates me on her progress, droning about the limits on the thread and loom, blah, 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 blah. Perhaps, you figure this out. That's your thing. We should have an exotic feast. That's what we should do. Let us gather everyone around and enjoy this lovely feast. And, I think it will be quite something. A good place to display our brand new tapestry, perhaps. In here, my lord, my beneficiary Eustasia gestures to the door of her weavery, where she has been toiling for months on my commission. Stepping through the doorway, I gasp as I gaze upon the work hanging in front of me. A large silk tapestry of masterful craftsmanship. King Tancred is depicted at the center of the scene during his coronation, enthroned amidst the cheering crowd. That is absolutely wonderful, and that is exactly how Tancred imagines it. Let's hang that up front and center in our court. Indeed, that is something that we should be pretty proud of. Alright, where can we put it? Maybe we hang it up right behind ourselves? Yeah, there we go. And then let's hang up the banners on each side. So anybody who looks here can see the glory of our dynasty. Absolutely wonderful. Feast, collateral damage. I had barely managed to sit down in my seat when I hear a howl emanating from Queen Sybil. It would seem she and the mayor Adalchisa have really gotten into it, as Sybil is receiving a proper woman handling from Adalchisa. Too late I realized their martial tent has paved its way straight through the kneecap of St. Matthew. I motion for my guards to separate the two, hissing and clawing at each other. The duo is presented in front of me, all the while throwing the blame on one another for starting the fight. These things happen. It wasn't my favorite priest. No. I mean, our wife is obviously... I mean, we still like our wife. I mean, I know that we are currently, you know, in a relationship with another woman, but we do like our wife, so we'll side with her. Mayor Adalchisa, how could you? Did she break the kneecap? No, it's still there. Looking just as skull-like as it... Whoa, dear. There is no longer the slightest doubt in my mind. My lover Eugenia has given birth to a son, and we both know that I am the father. Thankfully, Eugenia has kept quiet about me, and no one else knows the truth. Yeah, okay, we'll keep this secret. Vinci Guerra. Oh dear. Well, we'll put a pin in you. See how you turn out. I know what I said. I just don't understand why you find it so funny. Grand Mayor Ferrand cocks his head to the side while I withhold my chortle. Haven't told him what he said could be interpreted as something lewd. If you squeeze the head, a thick substance will pour out. I may not be alone in thinking this is funny either. Prince Tancred spat out some of his drink. This is another side of Tancred we've seen before. He does have a bit of a raunchy sense of humor. Well, let's have a laugh with them, shall we? He's mortified by my perverse humor. Oh well. As plate after plate of food is brought into the great hall, an unmistakable smell reaches me and I smile. That my brazen vassal, Mayor Adalchisa, is sensitive to almond is something I've sadly forgot to tell the cook. I bid you all welcome and I pray you find the food to your liking. You know, maybe we do this for our wife. You know, we are just trying to keep our wife happy so that we can go and do our own thing, you know, in Eugenia's chambers. So, you know, having Adalchisa have a bad reaction here is probably going to please our wife quite well. Everyone departs with full bellies, and my wife Sybil is to thank for much of the success. That is just wonderful. And there we go. So we have become obese, and we are dying. Well, okay. Is there anything we can do about that? Should we go out like a little bit of a Robert Baratheon, shall we say? Perhaps we shall. Let's go on a hunt before we kick the bucket here. My knight Albrecht approaches me with a frown, burnt eyebrows, and some bent metal. My lord, I mean no disrespect, but this forge of yours, let's just say, if you want this regalia to be at all elegant, you're going to have to invest in a new one. Well, of course, take whatever money you need. The noise from the others has faded away by the time Chancellor Duchess Rosalind and I stalk up on the wall. Can't believe, man, Duchess Rosalind, she's quite the woman, honestly. We are almost within striking distance when Rosalind whispers to me, now that we are finally by ourselves, there is something I have to let you know about Mayor Luigi. Oh, this is so perfect. Because we've been saying how there's two sides to the council, Duchess Rosalind and Prince Tancred, kind of working together as one half, and Mayor Luigi and Duke Marco working together as the other half, and now Duchess Rosalind is trying to act against Mayor Luigi here. Well, sure, tell us more. Tell us more. Oh, wow, and then she created a cadet branch, the House of Matignon. That's pretty cool, actually. The hunt is drawing to an end. We mount our horses to leave the plains behind as the servants prepare the wolf and other game for the journey back. To heed the call of the wild is usually an adventure, and this one went well. Excellent. Well, we shall... I mean, we don't know that we're dying. Search for a physician. No, I'm pretty sure we have a physician, don't we? Let's just double check. Yeah, we do. Ermengarde. I don't think there's much we can do to Oh, we can visit the legendary burial mound? Oh, I didn't even notice here. Oh, let's do that. Let's enjoy this last little bit of our life. Why don't we? Visiting the burial shrine. I've decided to visit the shrine on the hill in Tortoli where a supposedly legendary figure is buried. Trip through the countryside was pleasant, and eventually we found our way to the destination. According to the folklore from here, a great monarch is buried under this mound. This monarch was just, brave, hardworking, and a morally upright ruler. Very much the perfect image of what a ruler should be, and probably exactly what Tancred himself sees himself as, I think. Under the leadership, the land prospered and was at peace, and the people were happy. Excellent. Let's have a drink, shall we? Let us take our fine sapphire and silver encrusted goblet and drink some of this wine. Ooh, that's the good stuff. There we go. Just really enjoying, life. We're 63 years old. We have all this wine, all this food. We've got our sons, grandchildren. We've got dozens of grandchildren. Great-grandchildren even, possibly. We can't even keep track of them all. There's just so many of them. And honestly, it's wonderful. Look, and yeah, we've got 6 grandchildren from Prince Gilbert. Oh, what a lovely life Tancred is living. Albrecht needs more funds? Sure. We've got money. Why not spend it? And we should probably fix up our marble scepter, shall we? Yeah, there we go. Excellent. Things are going well. Enjoying life. Living like a king should. That is the way of King Tancred. That is the legacy he shall leave. Over here, my lord, my knight Albrecht waves me over with a wide grin. He has toiled many days and nights, and he has forged some famed regalia. Oh, holy crap, look at that. Fertility plus 20%. That's actually a crazy artifact. Pretty good prestige, piety, short reign duration, minus 24. Holy moly. This is actually that's a really good artifact for a guy who is only competent at his craft. Yeah, here we go. Let's put on this regalia. Damn, well done. Oh my gosh, another war. A war against the tyranny. Well, we will send in our troops to assist you, of course, our friend and ally. Let's raise them all here and gather them up. We'll put Tancred in charge, of course. Well, before anything else could be done, King Tancred has found peace in Christ's embrace at 63 years of age. He drank himself to death. A known murderer. That's true. He will atone for his unspeakable crimes in the next world. I think people have kind of forgotten that he murdered that guy way back in the day. That was a long time ago. He was a beloved king. He wasn't a great king, but he was beloved. King Tancred ascends to the throne, a cold, heartless man. He is rumored to feel nothing and care for no one. Possibly true. But this does not necessarily mean that we will be playing as King Tancred. I will be leaving this decision up to you guys. We will be putting in a poll just after this episode. You guys can vote in the poll for whether we will be playing as King Tancred or Prince Gilbert. Now, in order to kind of give you guys an idea of how these two different playthroughs would differ, if we play as King Tancred, we're probably going to have a playthrough a little bit more focused, perhaps here in Iberia, conquering these lands from the Muslim rulers here, like Valencia and the things that we were attempting to do before. That'll probably be a big focus for King Tancred. If we play as Prince Gilbert, on the other hand, I think that our playthrough will be more focused here in the Holy Land around Outre-Jourdain and Jerusalem, trying to take the kingdom of Jerusalem for our own descendants. So, depending on which one you want to see, do you want to see us go into Iberia, or do you want us to see us go into the Holy Land? Make your vote based on that, and then we shall see who will we be playing in the next time. But that will be in the next episode. So, until then, I do want to thank all of the people who are supporting on Patreon, who you can see up on the screen now. And indeed, if you want to join in to the Patreon or the Discord, the links are in the description below. I have been Stray. You have all been absolutely wonderful, and I will see you in the next episode.